Yeah. So our lesson for today is about artists versus artisans, and the concept of who are the artists and who are the artisans, and other people that has something to do with visual arts or with uh, paintings, museums. Ayan. So let's discuss this. Yeah. So number one is the artist. We have to define the artist. Who are the artists? So an artist is a person who performs any of creative arts ranging from painting to music. So nagpe-paint, uh, gumagawa ng music, kumakanta, artista, no, gumaganap sa role ng pelikula. Those are what we call artists. Artists prioritize self-expression and emotional appeal to their work. Tandaan niyo yan, yun yung difference ng artist. They prioritize self-expression and emotional appeal in their work. So that's why pumapasok yung mga musician, yung mga singers as an artist kasi nga yung kanilang emotion and self-expression, they do that through the music, no? Through their music, through their songs. And then ganoon din yung mga dancer, ayan, yung mga interpretative dancers. So they use the format dance, the medium of dance as a as a expression, no, self-expression and emotional appeal. The term artist is not only attributed to those who create art as an occupation, but also to those who are skilled in a particular activity such as drawing. Yan, drawing and painting. Yan, ginagamit din natin yung artist. And before the Renaissance, individual painters and sculptors were rarely put forward and they called themselves artisans. Ayan. Kaya nagkaroon ng inter usage o yung parang napapagpalit-palit yung term na artist and then artisans because during the Renaissance period sila yung mga artists sila Leonardo da Vinci, sila Michelangelo, yan sila yung nasa yung nasa Ninja Turtle. Ayan, yung apat na yon, yung mga Renaissance artists, they don't call themselves as artists but rather artisans. Ngayon, ano naman yung artisans? Artisans are used for skilled worker, no? Skilled worker who make things by hand. Merong output, no? May output na pinagagamit or binibenta. Ganun yung concept natin ng artisans. Unlike sa artists, na artists are more of a uh, something that consumable by vision or by visual consumption, pinapanood lang natin. Those are the artists, you know. Pero pagka this is something they created tools, they created something that that uh pwedeng hawakan, pwedeng gamitin, no. We call them artisans. So an artisan is skilled worker who make things by hand. Yung mga gumagawa ng mga pinggan, gumagawa ng mga eskultura, ayan, gumagawa ng mga, yan, katulad dito yung nasa picture, yung kahoy, woodworks, no? We call them artisans instead of artists. Yung difference lang niya is that pagka yung artist, they are more on the visual consumption. Hanggang tingin ka lang. Artisans is more of you can utilize those work of hand or things made by hand. The output of an artisan has a clear functional value, and artisans focus on their crafts practically and teka lang, functionality. Artisans and focus on their crafts practicality and functionality. Kailangan yung work ng isang artisan ay may function, no? May function. Kaya yun yung mga higaan, o mga woodwork, may mga gamit, 'di ba? So that's why practicality and functionality, yun yung difference ng artisans doon sa artist. Yung artist, pwedeng yung kanyang gawa walang function, no, walang function but for the eye, for the purpose of looking only. Parang ganon, for your eyes only, ganon yung concept niya. So artisans may want to express that they honed a craft and work collectively. Yeah. So they stress na o sinasabi ng mga artisans that hindi sila gumagawa ng mag-isa but rather they hone their craft. Uh, um, yung kanilang ginagawa is not just a one single job, no? Hindi katulad ng pagpe-painting na lahat 'yun painting lang. Kapagka gumamit ka ng oil pastel or ng pastel sa drawing, lahat 'yun made by pastel, 'di ba? Yung ano, yung isang artisans, yung kanilang mga gawa, kumbaga parang iba-iba yung trabaho. Katulad, imagine mo na lang yung paggawa ng higaan, ng kama. No, yung paggawa ng kama by the artisans o sabihin natin sofa, no, paggawa ng sofa ng mga artisans, may function no, may practicality. And iba yung skill sa paggawa ng mga paa, no? May halong carpentry, no? Hindi lang siya basta pag-uukit no? May halong carpentry and another skills siguro yung paglalagay ng mga malalambot na ang tawag dito, yung sa sopa, 'di ba? Yung upuan ng sopa. Iba pa 'yon, no? Upholstery tawag doon. So there are certain different kinds of work and craft na tinatawag para makabuo ka ng isang functioning and aesthetically or practically beautiful na object. So yun yung kaibahan ng artisans. Kaya ako napapansin yun, kahit yung mga Renaissance artists katulad na Leonardo da Vinci, hindi lang siya basta painting, multi-talented siya, ganun. Marami siyang iba pang kayang gawin. Marami siya pang ibang ginagawa, di ba? uh Trying to, nawala ako ng connection. Hello? Nandiyan pa ba kayo? Nawala. Alright, um, so those are so ang point natin is that artisans has to have many skills, no, not just one skill or one single skill like drawing or painting or putting colors. Hindi siya ganun lang, kundi maraming skills dapat katulad ng sa paggawa ng kama, yung mga ganun, functional functioning skills or functioning materials. Now, in managing art galleries or art museums, may mga iba pa tayong tao na may encounter, no. And number one of that is the art managers. The art managers are responsible for overseeing the business side of art, such as marketing, sales, and finances. Yung trabaho ng art manager, sila yung maghahanap ng mga visitor or sila rin yung maghahanap ng buyer ng art. Ayan. And paano gagastusan yung finances, delivery. Alam niyo pagka nagme-maintain kasi ng isang art gallery, hindi siya basta-bastang trabaho Marami siyang trabaho. You first create art gallery for the purpose of displaying paintings and art materials or is within art finished artworks. Now, maraming stages, no? Number one of that is yung logistic, yung pagkuha ng mga artwork from the house or from the studio kung saan ginagawa yung artwork. May logistic 'yan. Preliminary payment o yung sabihin natin na bayad doon sa artist for for letting you borrow the artworks and then parang dinidisplay mo yan no? Ang ano diyan is kikita ka yung art manager, yung may-ari ng gallery, kikita yung gallery owner kapag nabenta na yung artwork. So ngayon, abono yan. Abono yung gagawin ng art manager. Abonohan niya yung logistics, abonohan niya yung mga finances na requirement, renta doon sa lugar, bayad doon sa mga tao nagbubuhat, yung gano'n. So, trabaho niya is to get to resource out, no, yung pagnagalingan ng mga budget doon. And of course, doon sa sales, no, maghahanap siya o mag-inventory siya ng mga tao na bumibili ng artwork, ng mga interesado, no. Kilala niya kung sino yung mga mayayaman doon sa area at may mga kilala pa siyang iba pang mayayaman na bumibili ng mga artwork and will offer them itong set or yung members of o parts of the set nung artwork. Ayan. Mga possible buyers para kumita. Kasi trabaho yan, negosyo yan eh. Negosyo rin ng art dito sa Pilipinas o kahit sa buong mundo. Now, they work with artists, galleries, and collectors to ensure that artworks are sold and marketed effectively. Walang pera pag hindi na ibenta yung artwork. Walang pera pag hindi na i-marketed ng maayos yung artwork kasi hindi mabebenta. Magiging display lang yon. So, art managers may also be responsible for organizing exhibitions, managing budgets, and negotiating contracts. Yan, kontrata. Gaano katagal yung display natin ng ganito? Ayan, tinitingnan nila kung gaano katagal mabebenta, mauubos yung mga artwork. Ayan. Ilan yung babalik? Dapat kung maaaring kayang maubos lahat ng display na artwork, mauubos. Ganun yung ganun yung galawan diyan. So the art managers do the job para sa marketing, selling, and more on yung contract na tinatawag, negotiating contracts. Okay? Next person is the art curators. Art curators are the person responsible for selecting and organizing artworks for exhibition. Yan yung art curators yung nagpaplano ng experience ng ating audiences, no? Halimbawa, pagpasok natin ng gallery, ano yung unang artwork na bubungad? Ano yung kasunod, kasunod, kasunod hanggang sa matapos? Saan siya magtatapos, no? Isang viewer o isang visitor ng art museum. Saan siya anong last na artwork ang kanyang titingnan? Now, bukod sa planning, yan, part ng planning, selecting, and organizing the artwork is they work with artists, galleries, and museums to create exhibitions that are engaging and informative. Engaging para mag-stay yung artist, kumbinsihin yung artist na kumbinsihin yung artist, uh, para ba? Kumbinsihin yung viewer rather na bilhin yung isang work of art. Siya rin yung sumusukat doon sa visitor. May pera ba 'to? May pera ba 'to? Meron ba 'tong kakayanang bumili ng artwork? Bibili ba 'to? Ano? May gano'n. Mahal kasi ang artwork 'no, bibili mo talaga 'yan. Ah, so titignan nila kung kaya mo, may kapasidad ka ba na bilhin yung artwork. Tandaan niyo ang pumapasok sa museum ay mga taong interesado lamang sa artwork, no? Saka yung may project, mga estudyanteng group project o project nila yung about sa artwork kaya sila na force na pumunta doon sa gallery. Pero kung titingnan mo ng maigi, kung wala kang interest sa artwork, hindi ka pupunta ng gallery, 'di ba? Hindi ka pupunta ng museum. So, ngayon, after your interest, possible buyer ka na rin. So, the curators will make sure na engage ka doon sa mga artwork na nakadisplay and informed ka doon sa mga artwork na nakadisplay para bilhin mo. No? Kaya yan yung nagpapaliwanag. Yan yung mga tao na nagpapaliwanag. Okay, parang tour guide. Parang tour guide sa isang gallery. Oh, this artwork was created during this year. The meanings of this are like this. Ayan, and so on. So, curators ang tawag natin to. Curators may also be responsible for writing exhibition catalogs. Yung exhibition catalogs are are people no no no, are parang book of the available and present or currently displayed na mga artwork sa isang exhibit. And then merong merong details about that. Yung written explanations, written details about those artwork. Sila yung gumagawa niyan. So creating educational material and conducting research on artwork. So nire-research nila yan to make it more educational and more engaging doon sa mga viewers. Okay? Next, art dealers are Yan, kung merong iba pang dealer nasa isip kayo, may art dealers din. So art dealers buy and sell artworks, acting as intermediaries between artists and collectors. So katulad ng mga artista, may manager din, no? May mga manager 'yan. Pero iba si art gallery manager, no? Si art manager kay art dealers. Si art dealers, sila yung more of ah sila yung kung may exhibit for example, tao sila ng artist. Tauhan sila ng artist na ang trabaho is to convince those individual away from the art gallery. Ibig sabihin, kung bibilhin mo maaring hindi siya nakumbinsi ng gallery to purchase the artwork, pero the art dealer will convince him outside the gallery. Alam mo yun, tatawagan niya yung bumisita, parang, "Hi, I saw you yesterday at this exhibit. I just want to ask if you interested in that artwork, and we can talk about it on regarding the price, no?" So ibang usapan, ibang way of communication, parang gano'n, ibang manner of communication para mapabili yung bilhin nung nung bibili nung viewer o nung visitor yung artwork na hindi na part ng gallery, no? So they work on galleries, auction houses, and private collectors to acquire and sell artworks. Ayan. So ngayon yung may mga art dealer din na they connect and they become intermediaries from an artist to the gallery. Yan. And then kapagka may bumili dun sa gallery, may mga gano'n ding cases, marami namang processes na nangyayari. Ah, Ginagamit nila yung gallery para um, purchase through gallery. Parang um, ang tawag dito, itong art dealers, pwede mo sabihing ah, para silang suking tindahan, parang gano'n. Teka lang. Kung titingnan mo ng maigi, may kakausapin nila yung producer nung artwork. Sabihin nila, "Huwag ka nang mag-alala, ako na magbebenta ng artwork mo." Okay? Kung paano kung paraan ibebenta 'to, kung makikipag-usap ako with the galleries para ma-display yung artwork mo, I'll do that. And then puwede ko rin gawin na, makipag-usap directly doon sa kilala ko na bumibili ng artwork para mabenta yung artwork mo. So, ang pinaka-purpose lang talaga ng art dealers is to create deals and to sell artwork. Kung anong way, kung gumamit man siya, idaan man niya to sa gallery or sa directly to the person, pwede niyang gawin yon. Masyadong malaya yung art dealer. Basta ang trabaho lang niya, kasi may mga artist na hindi sila art dealers. May mga artist na magdo-drawing lang sila na magdo-drawing. Lang sila, magpe-paint lang sila na magpe-paint. They just create the art and then bahala na yung art dealer kung paano niya ibebenta yon, no? Ah, may madalas kasi sa mga artist, hindi sila maano sa pakikipag-usap, alam mo yun, hindi sila magaling sa communication. Kaya hindi na rin nila ginagawa yun. Mas gusto nila yung nagko-communicate gamit yung artwork nila. Ganun yung galawan. So art dealers may also be responsible for appraising artworks, negotiating prices, and managing inventory. Yan. So mga middle person ito. Kung halimbawa sa bigas, mga rice dealers ito, no, sila yung nakikipag-usap doon sa production, sa gumawa ng bigas, nagtanggal nung ipa ng bigas. And then directly ba ito doon sa mga tindahan? Yun yung gallery o directly doon sa mga kumakain, 'di ba? Katulad ng mga nasa bahay-bahay o kaya ay kapag halimbawa may isang politiko na mamimigay ng bigas, ayun, dito ka sa akin bumili. So that's why they can negotiate prices. Tumataas din yung price, no? Sila yung may alam kung ano yung tamang presyo sa artwork. Ayan. Yung mga artist kasi hindi nila alam yun eh. Hindi siguro silang maalam pagdating sa pricing. Magkano kaya tong artwork ko? Hindi niya alam yun. So ang art dealer yun ay kapag nag-negotiate o nagsasabi, ibebenta natin 'to ng ganito, ito yung makukuha mo. Ayan, kung magkano man yun sa akin, bahala na ako. So, this is the process of production of art. Ayan, katulad din ng iba pang klase ng art, katulad ng film, katulad ng television, ng media, no? Process of production of art is divided into three parts. No, that's pre-production, production, and the post-production. So ano-anong part yung part ng under pre-production? The pre-production stage is the initial planning phase of art production process. During this stage, the artist develops an idea or concept for the artwork and explores different approaches to convey the message to the audience. And the artist may also research and gather materials, plan the composition, and create sketches or prototypes. So pre-production is more on the planning stage, more on thinking, what should I create, what materials do I need, mga gano'n. Ano yung mga kailangan kong material, paano ko iaayos, yan yung composition, paano ko i-organize, create sketches, mga prototypes, mga first, second stages, mga beta formats ng artwork. Yan. Yung nakikita natin, hindi naman yan may posibilidad na hindi yan yung una o original na sinimulan, kundi pwedeng ito muna, yung trial muna na design. And then, meron kang final design. Ayan. So, that's pre-production stage. Iniisip mo o pinaplano mo yung paggawa ng artwork. Anong kasunod ng pre-production is the production. This is the actual creation of the artwork. No? Ito yung pagpipinta, ayan. Yung paggawa ng prototype is production na siya, pero kung hindi yun yung hindi yun yung gagawin mo at magiging final product, part pa rin yun ng pre-production. Kapag ginagawa mo na yung artwork na which is also the final product, production yung tawag natin doon. Pero kung prototype yung ginagawa mo o parang sample o kaya ay trial, ayan, that's part of pre-production. Okay? The artist uses various techniques and mediums to bring the artwork to life, such as painting, sculpting, or digital design. The production stage may involve several iteration and revisions as the artist refines the artwork. So from the stage na simulan niyang gawin, unang guhit sa kanyang artwork hanggang sa matapos ng final touches yung artwork, production yung tawag natin doon. Naintindihan nyo? Nakikinig pa kayo? Thumbs up nga. Thank you. Thumbs up nga kung ano. Yan. Thank you. Okay, so last is the post-production. Akala natin tapos na yung trabaho kapag nagawa mo na yung artwork mo. Pero hindi ganoon nun. So the post-production stage is the final phase of the art production process. During this stage, the artist may make final adjustments to the artwork such as adding finishing touches or making minor edits. The artwork may then be exhibited, sold, and shared with the audiences. Itong final touches, yun yung retouches. May mga retouch na ginagawa yung artist. Halimbawa, tapos niya nang magawa yung artwork. Binahe ngayon, papunta sa art gallery para ma-post or ma-exhibit. Ngayon, nakita niya parang merong naging may problema, no? Halimbawa, nahawakan or natanggalan, dumikit, ayan. So, ang gagawin niya, i-refine niya yon or papatungan niya ulit ng, ng konting detalye para maging maayos yung artwork. So, ginagawa yun, nangyayari yun ng mga final touches. Pero, syempre, kapag mga artwork na wala na yung artist, yung artist lang ang may karapatang magdagdag or mag-improve nung kanyang artwork. Kapag mga patay na yung artist na mga artwork, hindi na yun pwedeng galawin. Hindi na pwedeng galawin. At kung titignan nyo rin ng maigi yung mga artwork, may mga artwork na na hindi mo pwedeng lagyan ng salamin. No, hindi mo pwedeng lagyan ng salamin kasi didikit sa salamin yung material katulad ng pastel, yung mga canvas pala, yung oil on canvas. Ayan, yung mga oil material, pagka nilagay mo yan ng salamin, so ano yan, didikit sa salamin yung material. mabababoy, masisira yung artwork. So, talagang bare yan na dini-display. Iniiwasan lang nila magkaroon ng alikabok, ayun, yung mga radiations. Yan, kaya pagka nakapunta kayo sa mga art galleries, may mga art galleries na sinasabi, bawal po yung may flash kasi pwede mo masira yung material o yung artwork because of the flash kasi may radiation yon. May mga movements, bawal din hawakan. Ayan. The artwork may then be exhibited. So, ang part ng post-production is the exhibition, the selling, no, and shared with the audience, no. Yung halimbawa, yung isang artwork pipicturan pipicturan para magkaroon ng digital copy. Ginagawa na yun ngayon, digital copying ng ng artworks, mga paintings. So, ibang camera yung ginagamit doon. Kailangan yung camera nun high yung kanyang chip o yung kanyang yung sensor niya. Yan. May mga specific talagang klase ng camera na ginagamit para sa mga art, lalo sa mga painting ng mga luma. So, that's part of post-production. Okay? So, factors shape an artist and artist values and beliefs in creating art. So, ano daw ba yung mga factor na nagpapabago doon sa sa artist, no? Teka lang ha. Ayan. Factors shape an artist's values and beliefs in creating art. Apat po yan. We have the cultural identity, ayan, perception and beliefs, and last is the role in society. So, an artist's cultural identity can influence their artwork. All artworks are products of their culture, reflecting prevailing cultural values and beliefs. An artist's cultural background can shape their artistic style, subject matter, and message. So yung yung kulturang pinagmulan ng artist is a factor that can change or modify yung way ng pag-create ng art ng isang tao, ng isang artist. Yan. So, kung ano rin yung naranasan niya, no, reflecting and prevailing cultural values and beliefs during the time na ginagawa yung artwork can also be possible na present doon sa artwork. Perception is another factor that can shape an artist's values and beliefs in creating art. An artist's perception is conditioned by numerous factors including political, social, cultural, gender, and racial. Yung kanyang um, pananaw, no, yung perception. An artist's perception can influence their artistic choices such as the subject matter, yan, style, paraan, and message of the artwork. So kung ano yung pananaw nila, yun din yung nagre-reflect sa kanilang artwork. Yun yung concept ng perception, no? Um, mga different factors, no? Political perception, political topics, kanilang sides na pinapanigan, yung social, ano yung napapansin nila sa lipunan, 'di ba? Yung kulturang kinabilangan nila, mayaman ba sila, mahirap, or kalagitnaan, o saan man silang bahagi ng lipunan. Ayan, yung kanila, lalaki ba sila, babae, o yung kanilang race. Ayan. So, yung pananaw nila, naapektuhan yan. At yung pananaw mismo is changing or modifying the choices, no? Yung artistic choices. Alin yung gagamitin ng isang artist? Anong kulay kanyang gagamitin? Anong subject yung kanyang gagawin? Ganong concept. So, another is the beliefs, no? The beliefs is an artist's beliefs can also shape their values and artistic choices. The proximate emotional causes and adjuncts of religion and art provide space for belief, yung kanyang paniniwala, no? Yung perception, pananaw, yung belief naman ay paniniwala. Yan. Art can serve as a means of exploring the human condition and the complexities of the human experiences. No. Pagka beliefs is more on religion, yan, has something to do with the religion and law, ethics, ganyan yung beliefs. Okay? Yung perception naman have something to do with the sides, no? Yung choices, political, social, cultural, gender, and racial. Last is the role in society. An artist's role in society can also shape their values and beliefs in creating art. Artists have been crucial from the very beginning of human existence, contributing to expanding human evolution from many different perspectives. An artist's role is almost that of an alchemist, capable of transforming humble materials into objects imbued with a spiritual and aesthetic value. So, yung role in society, nakakaano yan, nakakaapekto yan sa isang artist. Ano siya sa lipunan, 'no? Sa kanyang lipunang kinabibilangan. Halimbawa sa simbahan, 'no? Anong trabaho niya sa simbahan? Gaano siya kaaktibo sa simbahan? Kung halimbawa sa politika, sino siya sa politika na political na aspeto ng lipunan? Isa ba siyang kagawad? Isa ba siyang kapitan? Isa ba siyang leader na mas mataas, konsehal o kaya ay mayor? No, political aspect, yung role, no? Ano yung kanyang ginagampanan sa lipunan? And somewhat, um if the artist know his role, yung kanyang mga artwork has something to do with his role, no, with it. So ayun, kapag ka ikaw ay ano, imagine na, kunin natin yung example nung sa simbahan, no? Kung ikaw ay halimbawa isa kang pare, 'di ba? Your artworks has something to do with ano, something to do with the messages, yun yung art mo, no? Creating messages to the listeners, no? Kung ikaw ay pare, dun sa mga nakikinig, you do the art, parang researching, planning, ang output mo is message. Ganun ganun yung concept eh. So, most of our craft and our artworks has something to do with our perceived and belief role in the society. Tingin ko ito yung gampanin ko eh. Ito yung calling ko eh, 'di ba? Naalala niyo yung meron tayong ano, purpose driven life 'yan. Purpose driven life yung concept. Meron ka kasing purpose and your work, mapa-artwork man yan, skill work man yan, has something to do with your calling, your identified or belief na ano, na calling. Okay? So, yon. So, we have different award giving bodies sa Pilipinas. Number one of that is the Gamaba. Yung Gamaba is the Gawad sa Manlilika ng Bayan. Ayan, Gamaba is an award given to Filipino folks and indigenous artists who have contributed to the country's intangible cultural heritage. The award is the highest state honor given to a Filipino in recognition of their outstanding work. No? Um, 'Pag mga work of art, ayan, gamaba yung ano niyan, gamaba. Pero artisans, most of the gamaba receivers are artisans. Skill work kasi yung habol niya. Yun yung difference niya sa national artist. Yeah, so ang nagbibigay sa gamaba, kaya sila gawad sa manlilikha. So it's about artisans, not artists lang, no, kundi artisans, skilled workers na gumagawa ng mga works in hand, work by hand. So the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, the NCCA, is tasked with the administration and implementation of the award. The Gamaba Award was institutionalized through Republic Act number 7355 in April of 1992. Now, the award acknowledges artists who remains true to their traditions and cultural despite the modern times. As of the latest research, there are 13 artists who have been given the Gamaba Award. The Gamaba Award is equivalent to the Order of the National Artist, Order of National Scientists, Order of National Social Scientists, Order of Lacandula, Special Class of Champion of Life. So, tandaan nyo that dito sa Pilipinas, the artists and the artisans are napapagpalit-palit. So, baka sabihin nyo, sir, sabi mo, artisans, bakit the award acknowledged artist? Kasi nga, pinagpapalit-palit dito sa Pilipinas yung term na artist and artisans. Pero pag sinabi mong gamaba, is more on the work, yung skilled workers, yung mga manlilikha, no? Ang tinawag na manlilikha ng anak ng bayan. So, another is the national artist. Yung national artist, mas common natin ito naririnig. The National Artist of the Philippines is the highest national recognition given to Filipino individuals who have made significant contributions to the development of Philippine arts. The rank and title of National Artist is conferred by means of the Presidential Proclamation. So yung Pangulo, yung nagde-declare kung sino yung magiging national artist for what, for this and for that and so on. So the Order of National Artists of the Philippines is an order bestowed by the President of the Philippines on Philippine nationals who have made significant kailangan Pilipino, no? Pilipino ang kanyang pinagmulan, dugong Pinoy, who have made significant contributions to the development of Philippine art. Members of the orders as known as national artists, the national artist of the Philippines is based on broad criteria as set forth by the Cultural Center of the Philippines and the National Commission on Culture and the Arts. So, yung GAMABA has something to see solely by NCCA or the National Commission on Culture and the Arts. Dito naman sa National Artist may papasok na Cultural Center of the Philippines. Sila 'yon. Nagtutulungan yung CCP at yung NCCA, no? Iba 'yun pagka CCP, CPPA iba 'yun ha. Ano 'yun? Baka ano 'yun, tawag dito, kumi um, ano tawag dito? Yung mga rebelde, iba pa 'yon, no? Pero CCA and CCP and NCCA, silang dalawa yung nagtutulungan para mapili yung national artist. And marami yung national artists. As of the moment, there are 73 national artists of the Philippines. Ayan, here are some of the most famous Filipino national artists and their masterworks based on the search results. The Fernando Amorsolo painting by the sorry, Fernando Amorsolo for painting is a national artist for painting para sa kanyang mga gawa na rice planters, planting rice, and dalagang bukid. Yan, hindi yan isda, no? Carlos B. Francisco is Carlos Botong B. Francisco is a national artist for painting. For his paintings, The Progress of Medicine in the Philippines, the first mass at Limasawa in the Filipino struggles through history. Another artist for sculpture naman is the Napoleon Abueva, uh, creating the Transfiguration, Kaganapan, and Siyam na Diwata ng Sining. Yan. For literature, we have Jose Garcia Villa for Have Come I'm Here, Selected Poems and New and The Anchored Angel. Ismael Bernal for cinema, siya yung director ng Himala, yung kay Nora Honor na Walang Himala. Working Girls and The Nunal sa Tubig. Yan. Magandang pelikula yan. Um, dapat mapanood niyo yan. Francisco Feliciano for the music. Yan. Misa de Sala Misa de la Sagrada Familia. Yan. And Pater Noster and Passion. Abdul Mari Asia Imau for visual arts, Sari Manok series, Kampilan series, and Oker on Wood. Ayan. Ano to, Muslim to. Benedicto Cabrera o Ben Cab, kilala natin sa Ben Cab, is a visual artist, national artist for visual arts. Painting din yan. Pero si Ben Cab kasi is more of multiple artwork, multiple medium. No? Katulad ng Sabel Larawan series and Magellan Landing. Yan, sila yung mga pinakasikat. Okay? So, now, the question is, what's the activity for week 5? No? Pangatlong output ng ating online work from home na lectures or activities is